Alright. Press statements by Gonjaland Youth Association on the defense of Gonjaland, promotion of peace, and restoration of justice. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, on behalf of the Gonjaland Youth Association, I warmly welcome you and thank you for your presence here today. We have convened this press briefing because our land, our people, and our collective future stands at a critical crossroads. The rising insecurity, persistent land encroachments, and escalating inter-ethnic tensions, particularly within the Sola-Tona-Kalba district and across Gonjaland, have reached an alarming level. This situation demands immediate, united, and strategic action. At a high-level stakeholder meeting held today in Sola, the Gonjaland Youth Association engaged traditional leaders, youth representatives, civil societies actors, and community members in deep reflection and bold resolution. Today, we present to you the outcome of the meeting, a clear, firm, and united call for action. Biniyiri land disputes. We strongly condemn the recent acts of violence and provocation involving the Brefo ethnic group in the Biniyiri community. The loss of lives and destruction of property are unacceptable. We urge all parties to exercise maximum restraint as we announce plans to establish a conflict resolution committee to find a solution to the conflict. We also call on regional and national security agencies to intervene impartially and decisively. Even though the Brefo Youth Association, which is an auxiliary group of Gonjaland Youth Association and the Council of Elders, have released statements calling for the calm and for the intervention of the overlord of the Gonja Kingdom, we equally urge them to call their warlords to order and to cease all covert attacks on our people in their secret hideouts and to restrain their social media contractors from launching unprovoked and unguided attacks on Gonjas. Jiraya Goura Mahama, who accepted your great-grandfathers from Ivory Coast and Burkina Faso to settle in Bole traditional area in the latter part of 1930, specifically 1935. Will be disappointed in the ancestral home to hear that you have invited warlords from Ivory Coast to kill his grandsons over the land he bequeathed to you effortlessly for the purposes of farming. Let it be known, the Gonjas are never frightened by a mere gun. Yes. Yeah. We play with guns, so you can't threaten us with guns. Defense of our land boundaries. The lands bequeathed to us by the great Ndewura Japa will not be lost to any group of people, not even an inch shall we lose. The encroachment on Gonjaland, aided by political manipulation, misinformation, and weak enforcement of customary rights, must end now. Yes. The increasing disregard for traditional authority and the frequent distortion of boundary lines have fuel volatile disputes. To address this, we are one to establish a technical committee of chiefs, historians, and land experts to harmonize and defend our lands. 2, preparing for peaceful but firm legal and traditional responses to any further encroachment. Let it be understood clearly. We will defend every inch of our land with our voice, our will, and if necessary, our blood. Yes. Justice for the victims of Binyiri. We strongly and unequivocally demand justice for our brothers who were brutally murdered at Binyiri. An atrocity that has fueled the recent conflicts. Their deaths are not only a grave injustice to their families and community, but also a serious affront to peace, security, and the rule of law. We shall on all relevant authorities, we call on all relevant authorities to act with agency and impartiality in bringing the perpetrators to justice. Anything less would not only deepen wounds, but also embolden further acts of violence. Land sale to settlers. We recommend an immediate moratorium on all land sales, whether to settlers or indigents, until clear and enforceable guidelines are developed. Traditional councils must reclaim full oversight and authority over all lands transactions to prevent further abuse and confusion. Bylaws for settlers. You must respect the land that hosts you.
Yes.
All settlers must respect the customs, traditions, and governance structure of Gonjaland. We are currently developing a settlement framework which will include 1. Bylaws for peaceful coexistence. 2. Rules for cultural integration. 3. Clear mandates to respect traditional authority. Let it be clear, no one living on Gonjaland is above its law or leadership. Yes. We cherish peace, but we are not weak. The Gonjaland people have always cherished peace and coexistence. However, it is now evident that some misinterpret our hospitality as weakness. That perception must end now.
Thank you.
We will defend every inch of our land from Kandil to Kolo. The great peer does not fear. He only cherishes relationships. So if he's quiet, his silence should not be taken as weakness. He is now up and rising to act. And the spear will pierce anyone who threatens us. A call to action. The Gonjaland Youth Association reaffirms its unwavering commitment to peace, unity, and justice. But let it be known, we will not stand idle while our people are attacked. Our lands are encroached. Our authority is undermined. We call on all stakeholders, government officials, traditional authorities, security agencies, community leaders, and civil society to act swiftly, fairly, and decisively. Gonjaland is united, awake, and ready to defend its people, its dignity, and its future. Thank you very much for your attention.